boxing and life are very similar because we are all fighting for something in life. I think for me, Wonder Promotions is just so much potential. You know, I look at what we can do with it, and it's untapped, unlimited potential. And I truly feel like that there's been no other promotion in Australia in the past that is going to do what I'm going to do. I remember going to America and went to LA to Wildcard at first, and then from there I just went to Gleason's gym in New York. And sitting there is Buddy McGirt. And so I was starstruck. So I just went over to him. I went straight up to him. I said, mate, I'm from Australia. I said, I'm here for 4 days. I'd love to do some pad work with you one time before I go. And he goes, mate, put on the gloves now. He goes, we could do it now. And so we had an awesome pad work session. And then we sat down and spoke after, and he said to me, he goes, you look like a seasoned pro. How many fights you had? Had no pro fights at all. And then he goes, mate, you're really good. He goes, come back tomorrow. And so then I went back for the 4 days, and he said, you're too good not to fight. He goes, stay here. And he goes, train with me for 3 or 4 months, and I'll put you in for a pro fight. And so the rest is history. That was the first, had my pro debut in America, which was amazing. After that spell in America, I thought, fuck, that's one of my biggest bucket list items ticked, having a fight in America. It doesn't get, that's what you dream of when you're an Australian fighter. I remember looking at that time, I'm like, I'm not gonna come back and fight on club shows. For me, the only thing that really got me excited to fight was being on the big stage, and I always lifted under pressure. There was a big show when I got home. I kept training with Arnell, and I loved it because me and Arnell really clicked in the way we trained, and I also get a great strength and conditioning coach named Waffa from Next Level, and Rodney from Blacktown, and our whole synergy was amazing. Like, my level of boxing went from here to up here, and so essentially what happened, we got back here, and then a fight card got made. It was a Johnny Lewis fight series, and I remember being in the change room before, and Johnny Lewis came up to us in the change room, and he said to me, he goes, son, you're doing what you should have done 15 years ago. He goes, go out and show them how good you actually are.
As a professional fighter, he is Ricardo, the Wanderer, Colosimo.
Johnny, we could see the class that Colosimo had that you spoke about, that you alluded to earlier when you saw him in the gym 15 years ago, and he hasn't had a lot of fights. He went away, he's had a couple of fights in America, he's come back, now wants to fight state title. At 31, is it too old for him to make a charge in the boxing game?
Look, I believe in Ricky. I think that if he really wants it, he can do it. There's something special about him.
I started to get more and more lethargic and felt more sick, to a point where I was sleeping 13 hours a day and I couldn't even get out of bed. Like, I had to stop work. I couldn't train. I didn't train for over a year. My quality of life was so severely impacted, and as I said, I couldn't train, I couldn't even coach people, and during that time I thought to myself, well, what am I going to do with the boxing? And I suppose it's a major blessing in disguise, really, because I remember one time I was sitting there having a cup of tea on my veranda, and I thought, if I can't train people, if I can't fight, then what's the next best thing? And I thought, doing promotions. I remember there wasn't many great fight nights that I used to fight on when I was amateur. It was more like tacky club shows that didn't have a high caliber or wasn't high quality. And I wanted to build a platform for these young guys to make them feel special and to make it special for them. I guess the best thing I've learned through doing all these promotions is that when you're stepping up and doing stuff, there's going to be a lot of people that help you along the way. You know, I look at what we can do with it, and it's untapped, unlimited potential. And I truly feel like that there's been no other promotion in Australia in the past that is going to do what I'm going to do. The way boxing promotions have been done before, I'm going to bring a different, unique flavour to the sport in Australia. And I'd like to think that I've mixed the old school with the new school. And for me, it hasn't taken 10 years, it's taken 20 years. I remember when we first started on our first amateur event, and it was the growth from then to now has been absolutely crazy. Like, I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't know the whole journey, but I remember sitting there in the first amateur show that we did, and I thought, if we do this properly, we're going to become a big promotion in Australia, and to see that growth and actually come to fruition, it's been amazing.
The first Wanderers event, it was one of those great experiences when I guess you walk into this venue at Bella Vista, and I went, wow, this is one heck of a venue. Looking at it then, looking at it now, looking at where it's going to, it's kind of exciting, the evolution that's come about with Wanderers Promotions.
He's a big dreamer. So when he was telling me about the whole promotion in the beginning, I sort of think he was like, I don't know, I didn't believe him at all, but I knew him, but I didn't know him that well. And when he pulled off the first show, I was like, oh damn, this guy's like not talking crap.
I think what Ricky's done to date has been phenomenal, but unquestionably the best is still yet to come.
The quality matchups this early into the business is insane, considering that it's under 2 years that we've been doing this. Wanderer Promotions is changing boxing because it's fighters taking care of fighters.
The September show will undoubtedly be a fantastic show and a marked improvement on the previous show. But I guess what he planned after September, I guess, will be a quantum leap for Australian boxing.
Literally, like the evolution, the lessons, the challenges, it's all part of the process, and it's been such a fun and challenging journey, but we're definitely on the right path, and I feel like we're going to really make that change as well in Australia.